Okay, what's up? Don't look at the last upload date. Don't think about it. If you don't look at it, it doesn't exist. I'm still working on the game. There was a solo playtest that I streamed in May, and I have a game. It does not feel good. It is not a fun game. So currently, I'm still hashing out the core gameplay and rules, but I did want to post an update onto YouTube. Today I wanted to go over card anatomy, my design philosophy for how I'm quantifying all this stuff in nature into numbers and mechanics. This is not a how to play video. The rules don't exist yet. It's really bad. It's just a glimpse into my sick, twisted mind. Anyways, the cards look a little different now. Top right corner, that is going to be your play cost. And generally, I feel like size correlates to strength and how much force is behind your movement. And you also need more resources to sustain yourself. So biomass is your play cost, and the number represents how much of either a fauna or flora you need to play the card. Behind it is their role. The green circle denotes that it is an herbivore, and the red triangle means it is a carnivore. Next, you have the common name, and below it is the scientific name. The scientific name was initially just for flavor reasons to be educational, but it is actually mechanically relevant now. We'll come back to this later. So the biome tags are the game's faction system. They are going to provide you information on where this animal lives, but also it dictates how your cards can synergize with other cards. Like you need to play a desert herbivore on a desert flora because that's what it eats. And the same can be said for predator. So there is an issue of animals with these huge, very adaptable ranges. And I do have some dual color, tricolor cards, and still working on it for now. I'm kind of ignoring the obvious flexibility and benefit these cards have over animals that may be endemic to one habitat. But I do think the multicolor cards increase deck building flexibility, and I think that might be fun, but we'll revisit that later. At the moment, I have around 8 to 10 biomes that I'm thinking of. The big ones being tundra, grassland, desert, forest. Boreal and temperate have been lumped into one, and then tropical forests have become jungle, and then freshwater and saltwater. I feel like the ocean is too big, so I'm considering breaking saltwater up into the main one, which is pelagic waters, and then abyss, which represents your very deep water where you're not going to get any sunlight and stuff, and then coastal waters that are very shallow. It's near the land. You're likely having different types of animals existing in these regions. And then also highland. These are subject to change. I don't know how it's going to look in a month or two. Next you have attack stat and the HP, which are, I'll do the math balancing after the game is more finished. And then this is new, we have diet preference. So before, in the earlier iterations, all the cards had one kind of ability that would help describe their behavior. I think the diet preference increases the available synergies and interactions with other cards, and it gives me more ways to kind of flesh out the character of the animal. So the Mexican wolf is specifically targeting Cervidae and Tayasuidae, which are deer and peccaries, because those are its preferred prey that it might find in its range. You could play the Mexican wolf with, like, I don't know, a zebra. That would also be a grassland species. But if you play the Mexican wolf with fauna that naturally live in its region, you're going to get more benefits. And that's the intention of the diet preference ability. And I'm actually going to skip down behavior, and we're going to look at the classification. The Mexican wolf is a canid in Canidae, and then it lives in North America. I removed on some older cards, you might have seen it said like diurnal, nocturnal, but I found that activity hours were difficult to find sometimes, so I removed that. I think location is good. I've been thinking about different ranks in classification, and I found that family has been really good. It's been like a middle ground. Like order feels a little too broad sometimes, and family has been in that sweet spot occasionally. Like with the canids, I do run into problems, because if we go to behavior, hunting hell, search your deck for up to 2 cards with Canis lupus in its scientific name, reveal them and add them to your hand. Shuffle your deck afterwards. So the reason I have hunting howl targeting Canis lupus specifically instead of Canidae, which you see in the diet preference, it is targeting the family order of Cervidae and Tayassuidae. But the reason I can't do that for hunting howl, which is supposed to represent gray wolf pack hunting behavior, is that Canidae is including other canids like foxes, which I don't want to include that in your search. And I also thought about maybe if I word it like, search your deck for 2 cards that have the word wolf in its name. However, that does not remove things like the wolf spider would be an eligible target, and I don't want that to happen. I only have 1 classification at the bottom because I don't know how many tags I want to put up there. But I technically have the family, and I also have the genus, because it's in the scientific name, so I get to cheat that way. And by targeting specifically Canis lupus, I can make the Mexican wolf's search only target gray wolf subspecies. So the Northwestern wolf, Eurasian wolf, good to go. Maned wolf, those would be invalid targets. Next, we have the flavor text, which is just like, it's going to be a blurb that tells you more about the animal. And at the very end is the conservation status. I used to have this with the IUCN. However, I do not have permission to use the IUCN's name. And also because sometimes the IUCN seems to focus on the species as a whole group. So sometimes I would like to highlight conservation statuses of endangered subspecies like the Mexican wolf or like the Florida panther population. So it's just going to have conservation status from some reputable source, I guess. But that's how it looks for now. So yeah, this very messy video. Sorry for the long delay. I don't work on the game full time, but it is a big priority for me. I really was surprised by the reaction to the last video. It really means a lot because it tells me that I'm not the only one that wants a game like this. I don't think it's gonna be everyone's dream game. It's gonna be my dream game, but I hope I can make it a fun and interesting game to play. Also, the Discord is in the description again. I post whatever updates there first. We have a lot of like ecology students. A lot of people are helping me and giving me feedback since my background is, again, art, not wildlife. So I'm also learning. Thank you so much to my patrons. There are like no rewards. I really want to offer like promo cards, but I don't want to print the cards when they're not done and then like this card is going to be outdated in like a month. I'm going to overhaul all the mechanics. It's not going to be relevant. And I don't want to give you trash. I will think about stuff to offer on Patreon if you want to support my work so that I can work on the game faster. That is the place to do so. But again, the Discord is free and the economy is really bad right now. Please take care of yourselves. Next video, I want to talk about art direction. Hopefully I will see you soon.